This is the Horizon Editors Roundtable for the week of January 28th, 2008. Tonight's panel consists of Caroline Bryan, Mary Burton,
Mary Q. Burton,
I'm Jared Clapp, Ian Hoops, Nikki Fouch, and Zach Becker. Tonight's one of those nights where we kind of thought about trying to figure out something to talk about this, and we are really, well, indifferent, I guess you could say. But we're just going to talk about what annoys us mostly. So sorry if this offends anybody, but hey, it's kind of what we do apparently. So, Mary, what chaps your hide?
Well, every so often I'll get an invitation in the mail to join a certain group on campus. There's various different groups, and that's fine. I'm sure there's nothing wrong with the group themselves, but what annoys me is that they want my money. They want like 50 bucks or 75 bucks, and what am I going to get out of that? Like what am I going to get from my 75 bucks that couldn't better be spent elsewhere, like groceries?
Sisterhood and awkward mornings?
You know, I, like many other students on campus, you know, we have to work for a living and pay our own tuition, and $75 for some sisterhood is about the last thing I want to blow my $75 on. I'm sorry, no offense, but you know, if they really want people to join, then let them join. Like, don't, you know, you're automatically excluding people who can't afford to be in your sorority. If you want them that bad, then you shouldn't charge them.
I also find it interesting how they keep sending stuff like that to people who continually don't respond to them. Mm-hmm. I keep getting these applications for the IUS alumni credit card. And
you're not graduated yet.
No, I'm not graduated, but I guess I should be, so they go ahead and send it to me anyway. But it has this ridiculous interest rate on it, and I really don't feel like paying the 25% per purchase or whatever it is. And on top of that, I've tried to apply for credit cards elsewhere, and because I don't have any credit history whatsoever, they still don't accept me. So what makes me think they're going to accept me?
You need to get a debit card. I know you tried that once, but
yeah,
you need to have it again. Sorry, Terry.
Sorry, I just have a bad habit of buying crap.
All right, Ian?
What chaps your hide, Ian?
Nothing chaps Ian's hide.
His boxers.
Everything annoys me.
Really?
Tell us about it, Grandpa Hoops.
I don't have any particular thing pegged out. I mean, I guess if I wanted to get into it, I could talk about what I wrote my column about. People, and it's not just video games, but people in general who say things when they don't really know what they're talking about. And can't really explain that any better than I did.
Well, elaborate that a little bit about, you know, that report you saw on Fox News about Mass Effect. That one you showed me the other day.
Yeah. Okay. There's a video game called Mass Effect, and in Mass Effect, you are like a captain of a ship, and it's a sci-fi action RPG. So you go out and you make your way through the universe, and you're trying to save people in the Milky Way galaxy and all this. Yeah, you know, the storyline's kind of lame. It's run of the mill, whatever. But in the game, you can befriend another crew member on the ship, develop a relationship with them, and near the end of the game, you can actually have sex with them. And it takes place. You develop a relationship. You express each other's feelings for each other. And then, you know, if you fulfill all the requirements and everything, there's a little, 30-second sex scene that's kind of, styled after, the whole prime time things, like stuff like Grey's Anatomy and, sex scenes that take place in that. It's, it's all side profile stuff. There's no nudity.
They show you laying in the bed together afterwards.
Yeah, and it's you know, they're just like, they're looking at each other and it's like, whatever. It's just like stuff you see on TV. Apparently, it's okay for it to be on television, but it's not cool when it's in video games. There's a guy on the internet who wrote a column, and of course he's a blogger, so he's inherently a dick.
Beep.
That showed.
We're a little late on that one.
He wrote in his column that, or in his article, that Mass Effect features graphic sex and sodomy. I have beaten Mass Effect. It doesn't have graphic sex or sodomy. And unlike, he said, you cannot customize your character's body or breast size at all. So he's obviously never played the video game, yet he thinks that he's an expert qualified to discuss the problems that it presents to society. And then, of course, a week later, there's a big controversy on the internet, and it was on Fox News. They had a discussion, a panel, about this, and they invited, for their discussion, a psychology expert. That's what they billed her as, a psychology expert. I don't really know what exactly that entails. Is she a psychologist, or is she just an expert on psychologists, or whatever? Her name was Cooper Lawrence, and then they invited a gaming journalist, Jeff Keighley, who's a very respected member of the community, on to discuss this. And the headline for the discussion was, "Game features full digital nudity and sex." It does not. So right there, lie. The anchor went on to describe that characters can engage in graphic sex during the game. They cannot. And the psychology expert talked about how games are marketed to 15-year-old kids when the game clearly says mature, 17 and plus for this game on the front of the box. You know, statistics show that gaming demographics are 18 to 34-year-old is the target audience for marketers, and is the largest group of gamers that play. And you know, Jeff Keighley tried to defend himself, and they wouldn't let him give him a word in edgewise, which Fox News is famous for. But I'm not attacking Fox News. I'm attacking their problems.
I'm attacking Fox News.
Yeah, that's fine. And Cooper Lawrence, the psychology expert, went so far as to address Jeff Keighley as darling, which was just a bitch move. So, beep. It's just a problem. And of course, you know, she makes all these claims that the game has this sex and everything in it, and Jeff asks her right on the air, "Have you ever played Mass Effect?" And she says, "Nope." So she's never played it. She hadn't even done any research. She admitted that she had never done any research and never seen the game in action before this bit, yet she knows everything about it. Which the guy wrote on the internet, that's one thing, but this is a news channel that proclaims itself to be fair and balanced and claims to do research, and right there, that was slander. Yeah, I know it's a video game, and apparently according to most people, video games don't matter, but it's still slander. And it's, I don't know, that's just one instance of crap that just drives me insane. I took up like half of the...
That's okay.
We'll edit it out.
It's alright.
We can cut that down.
Good point, though.
What about you, Nikki?
People who take up half of the round table to talk.
A lot of things, really. I have like a few. Like bad drivers / slow drivers. Like Ron. They really make me mad. And stupid people that need help all the time. They need to be walked through things a million times, and they still don't understand.